Oh, good morning, Brooklyn Al, Vestalian Codis. All right, I found the school. Believe it or not. Oh, now I see the sign. It's laying down. You see that white thing over there? That's the sign, but it's laying down. Probably the wind blew it. And this was the school. This was probably the entrance right here. And like most of these structures, they're 30 by 30, something like that. And believe it, this is something, huh? This was the school. I guess they had dirt floors. I don't believe they had wooden floors. They were made of dirt. Yeah. So I found it. You know, I took my time. It was further down than I realized. Here's our little school. I mean, come on, back then in the 18th century, there couldn't have been many kids here. I'm sure they did have a lot of children. But I'm surprised they even had them go to school back then. Alright, here I'm going up to the sign now. This way you could see the name of the school. Here it is. Can you read that? Aurora School. I can't pronounce it. I'm bad at spelling. Aurora School. And that's it. That's the school that the kids up here went to. So, all these structures I'm seeing, I'm sure were houses, churches. I'm sure they had churches built up here the same way. You know, people back then were very religious, I'm sure. Probably a lot of them were, who knows, not pilgrims, but Amish, maybe Amish, 'cause there's a lot of Amish in Pennsylvania. Well, that was a great find. I bet you if I went digging in that school, I'd find some artifacts. But, don't feel up to it today. Alright, I found the school. There's that gigantic tree back there. Wow. That tree was probably here when that school was here. It's so big. Excuse me. Alright. You seen the school. Talk to you later. I just want to mention, I was thinking about what I said, that it might have been Amish or Pilgrims, but I don't believe the Pilgrims came this far west from Massachusetts. They may have, who knows. But the name Coburn is probably a British name, you know, an English name. So that's what I'm thinking. They were probably from England. Okay, it's just a thought. There's this is the little creek that goes into the little creek. And the water's running still. It's still running. You know, after the snow has been melted. And it hasn't been any rain lately, the past few days, but the water's running. Alright, this phone is... I gotta get rid of the phone later. Alright, this is Brooklyn Al again, Vestallion Codis, and I started deeper into the woods. I'm deeper in. I walked about a half mile further in, see if I could find anything. And it's pretty dense in here. And the flies are around me again. If I find anything interesting, I'll get back to you. I don't know what happened here, but I was showing this tree, which is the back of the tree sticking out over there, and the front of the tree is down there. So how did the back of the tree wind up in between these trees? It's crazy, right? And then there's this tree where the front of the tree is in the same spot. I gotta concentrate on how to get the hell out of these thorn bushes. Oh God. I'll get back. Okay, now I'm in a pretty safe spot. Hey, like I was saying, the end of the tree is up there, and the front is down there. This tree, or two trees rather, are in the same exact spot. It's a big tree, and it's in the same exact spot as that upside down tree. How does the bottom of the tree get that far up? I don't know. This is pretty thick over here. Alright, I don't see anything with my eyes that looks interesting, except this other big leaner. You know, I can hardly see the screen on the camera, and it goes all the way up there. And it's a fork, and it's placed in a fork of a tree. Crazy stuff. Okay. Alright, look at this. This could all be natural. I'm not saying Bigfoot did this. It could all be natural. Here's one tree that runs up. And look how it fell in this small tree. Unbelievable. I can't see the camera, the screen. It fell in between the fork of that little tree there. And then you got this other tree that runs up, well, on top of it, but that could be, you know, natural. Here's something else, another Lena that wound up in the fork of a tree. Eh? Always in the fork of a tree. How come? I don't know. I tell you, these thorns are killing me. They're everywhere. You want to see? My hand, the blood. Oh man, I can't take it. I should have wore a pair of gloves like I used to. Oh wow, this is something I never came across. Never saw anything like this. Look at that. I've seen it in other people's videos, but I never saw it myself. That's 'cause I'm so far in, maybe. They won't build these kind of structures close to the road. What's it for? It doesn't, it's not for shelter. It doesn't serve as shelter. I don't know. That's crazy. I'm checking them and I see a lot of them are like forks at the end. Damn. Alright. There's other stuff to look for later. This looks like I'm walking on a deer trail, possibly. And they're smart. They avoid the thorns, but not me. I go through the thorns like a jerk. Oh God. See this? This is how a bender starts. You see that? That little bender? Probably snowfall bent them. You know? There's nothing heavy to bring it down, so it must have been snowfall. Because it's got a lot of branches at the top where snow could accumulate and make them bend like that. And that's how a bender starts. Well, the flies are around again, and I don't have a cigarette to light to keep them away. See, it just hit me in the head. I think I'm gonna head back. Yeah, that's a pileated woodpecker's call. Not that, that's a blue jay. I try to find out, I go on the internet and, you know, look up the birds that are in this area and, you know, listen to the different types of calls they make. I'm pretty sure that's a pileated woodpecker. I don't know if it's picking up. Okay. Later. Alright, I just came across another example of how a bender is made. You see this tree that's running across? And that little skinny bender? It's not gonna die. It'll keep growing, and it'll grow in that shape. You know? Eventually this tree that's holding it down will disintegrate, and then it'll have more room to grow. There you go. Benders, how they're made. I just want to mention the thing I hate most about, I love doing this, but the thing I hate most is these things here, these thorn bushes. Sometimes you can't avoid them. You have to go through them. And that's why my hand's bleeding now. You see these things? Right now they're small, but they'll grow and get bigger thorns. I'm stepping on them now, so... Oh, God. You know, Brooklyn Al, Vestalian Codus, will be 68 years old soon. And I'm not a kid. I wish I was a kid. But it bees that way sometimes. Alright. There's some big ass trees down here. Look at that. It runs, God, it's gotta be like 80 feet long. And then look at this monster of a tree. See, I'm caught in thorns. Damn it. This one here. Okay, my batteries are exhausted, so I do have to leave. Okay, but I just wanted to show this.